Здравствуйте, this is Patrick Weed. It's a Wednesday. Going to pick up the wife like usual. But I was getting my oil changed today, and whenever I do that, it turns out to be a great time because Yael and I get to go. Yeah, she's saying hi. We get to go take a break and get some Starbucks and have a father-daughter date. So that's always a lot of fun. I got some pictures up on my website on the Daily Booth. But anyways, we were in there. And I got to see a buddy of mine. I call him a buddy. I've known him a little bit, mainly. She likes to talk too. Mainly, just it's this guy who works at Starbucks. His name is Riley. I've only known him just by going into Starbucks and saying hi and getting to know him a little bit that way. But it's become this interesting thing in my life where in the past, specifically in relations to evangelism, I never felt like I have that gift. And I'll be honest with you, I still don't feel like I have that gift. And I think I've talked about this a few times before on my blog, but it's just something that continuously stands out to me of how so many times when we talk to people, whether it be at church or youth group or Bible study or even just in our casual relationships, when we talk about evangelism, we talk about the fact that, well, we make it seem to be that it's all about getting them saved. And don't get me wrong here, I totally agree with and understand the importance of that. But something that I've been thinking a lot about, and continuously God just kind of amazes me at how much He's changed my perspective on this. At the fact that evangelism is great when you get them saved, but if you just get them saved and that's it, that's great. But to me, there's so much more to it than that. There's the discipleship, the getting them plugged into a church and all those other aspects. But all of that comes out of mainly having a relationship with them. And a lot of my generation, I'm turning 30, but the 20s and younger are all about relationship. It's much more rare these days to be able to walk up to a stranger in the mall, ask them if they know Jesus, and if they don't, lead them in a prayer of salvation. You do still have those opportunities, but it's a lot more rare. And a lot of times it's less genuine than when you get to know them and as they witness your life and you share life with them, that's when they really begin to see a difference in you. And we evangelize through our lifestyle, not necessarily just through our words. But anyways, all that to say, been getting to know this guy Riley, and we talked a little bit today. Nothing big, nothing super deep relational conversation, but he knows me by name now, and whenever I come in, he says hi, and I've used the opportunity of buying Starbucks and asking him what he likes, and getting his creations and trying them out, and it's fun, and I like it, and I realize that I like that, because when I was doing evangelism as a kid in church, and it was all about getting them saved and getting them to pray the prayer, I failed miserably and hated it. But doing this, being friends with people, being kind and loving people, whether they pray a prayer or not, loving people because God loves them, period, and allowing God to work in their lives, whether it be through you or through the next guy. And trust me, I have lots of friends who are great evangelists who preach the word and get people saved and have all sorts of crazy experiences where different scenarios where people get saved by, and I love it and I agree with it. But for my life, God's teaching me how to love people and just love people no matter what. Whether that be people like Riley, who I talk to on a rare basis, or my daughter who loves to talk during my videos, which always makes me laugh. Whoever it is that we're loving them because God loves them. And whatever that turns into, whether it be a casual friendship where you move and you never see each other again, and you never remember them, or the person who you get to know really, really well, and eventually their lives change and they come to know the Lord because of you. Either way, loving people because God loves people. I wonder if that should be the slogan of our church plant in Calvary. because you know it's loving God, loving people, and there's definitely a priority in that order. But loving people because God loves people is definitely a good slogan, or at least good catchphrase. Either way, it definitely portrays what I've been thinking about. Loving people because God loves people. So anyways, that's what I've been thinking about. I'm about to arrive at my wife's work and pick her up. And Yael is telling you all of her stories at the same time as I am. So this video is a little longer than normal, but it's all good. Wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Do swidania.